What's going on, beautiful people? It's your man with a plan 100 grand, and you are now tuned in to the Soundscape Experience.
Give me the bass, I beat the case, so give me them 808s. I'm surfing on the vibe, we feeling so alive. Headed to the top, I'm in overdrive. Race, give me the bass, I beat the case, so give me them 808s. I'm surfing on the vibe, we feeling so alive. Headed to the top, I'm in overdrive. Look, I am the voice, on top of the world, straight to the money, no other choice. If I were the world like Nas and Lauren, I would take back all the golden oil. I would take back all the beautiful blacks and bring them back on their home soil. I live life like a vacation, took my bae on a vacation. I used to slave, now I'm the boss. I got myself off the plantation, now I'm dipped in gold. Saint Laurent all over my body, trust me I'm wealthy. I'm feeling Gucci in a Bugatti. Race, give me the bass, I beat the case, so give me them 808s. I'm surfing on a vibe, I'm feeling so alive. Headed to the top, I'm in overdrive. Race, give me the bass, I beat the case, so give me them 808s. I'm surfing on a vibe, I'm feeling so alive. Headed to the top, I'm in a SS Camaro, Z06 Corvette. Yeah, big body race on the runway, hop in the jet. I'm serving the look and breaking some necks. All this money was hard to get. I'm going all out, avoiding the clout. I want my respect. I was built to handle success. What you expect? Everything all black, just like the cover of Jet. I'm leading, example for my people. It's easy to defeat you. I don't need you. You plastic, you see through. Yeah, race. Give me the bass. I beat the case, so give me them 808s. I'm surfing on a vibe. We feeling so alive. Headed to the top. I'm in overdrive. Race, hit me with the bass. Yeah, I beat the case, so give me them 808s. I'm surfing on a vibe, we feeling so alive. Headed to the top, I'm in overdrive. Race, hit me with the bass. Yeah, I beat the case, so give me them 808s. I'm surfing on a vibe, we feeling so alive. Headed to the top, I'm in overdrive. Race, the bass, I beat the case. 808s. Vibe, alive, top, yes, drive. Jesse was fast, they needed them legs. Race, yeah.
Man, oh man. I love that song. For those of you who are new to the Soundscape Experience, well, this is the first episode, so everyone's new. But for those of you who have seen my YouTube channel before, who've been there, that song is the one that plays before I start my Selling Sales show. That's a single by me called Race. So I want to welcome everyone to the Soundscape Experience. I believe I am trying to innovate and create and entertain and inform all in one place. So I created this radio station for your listening pleasure, but also to make sure that you're getting the information you need to get, and I want to cover some topics. So the Soundscape Experience is going to be a place where not only do I play my music, yes, everything you will hear will be produced, made, curated, and created by me. I will talk about current topics. I will talk about current events. I may get into some politics, some sports, some religion, who knows. But I also want to give you some story time. You know, as cheesy as that sounds, I am an author. And so a lot of the work I do is reading and writing books. And, you know, I think it'd be cool to kind of do some story time and read to you. So anyway, without further ado, the Soundscape Experience. Today I wanted to talk about a few things. I think I want to cover some of the disrespect from our former president, Barack Obama, and our current Madam Vice President. I also want to speak about the future, including some robots, aliens, and all the like. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show. I hope you are comfortable because we are in for a little bit of a ride. So the disrespect aspect, right? I don't understand what's going on with our former president Barack Obama and our current Madam Vice President, but I think I know what it is. what I mean by disrespect is there's this video going around with Barack Obama kind of disrespecting a few brothers, a few black men, and kind of getting on them about voting. And if you don't vote for Kamala, you're kind of not down with us. And I really didn't like that. And then as I see the Madam Vice President who is running for office kind of campaign and she's doing her thing, when it comes to black men, it feels like a lot of what we do, people treat us like we're bumbling idiots. And I really don't appreciate that. Number one, we have the freedom and carte blanche to be able to vote for whoever we want to vote for. So if I want to vote for Donald Trump, if I want to vote for Kamala Harris, if I want to vote for Nasir Jones, no matter who's on the ballot, I think I have the choice to do that. Last time I checked, I am of middle age, so I'm not going to reveal my age, but I've been voting since I was 18 years old. And once I got that right, you cannot tell me who I should not vote for. But the problem I'm starting to see is that a lot of people just don't respect black men. And I from what I saw from President Barack Obama, it looked extremely disrespectful. And I respect the office of president, so I don't want to disrespect him. But at the same time, I didn't appreciate that. So let me tell you something, Mr. President, Mr. Former President Barack Obama. You're a black man too, so you should definitely understand where I'm coming from. If you were in the seats of those young men you were talking to, you would not want to be talked to that way. You were, if I'm not mistaken, one of our youngest presidents to ever hold office. You broke a lot of records. You knew the cards that were against you when you ran, and you knew that you were up against some tough competition, and you knew that America is not built for you, because at the end of the day, you are an American. Even though you were born in Hawaii, you are an American, and you know the deal. So for you to sit there and talk to them young men like that, I didn't like that too much. You, of all people, President Barack Obama, should understand the things that black men go through in this country, the struggles we have, some of the hardships we have, and the things we have to deal with. And we should not be talked to like we're bumbling idiots that can't defend ourselves. See, here's the problem. A lot of people treat us like that because we allow it. And what do I mean when I say that? Black men, I've been a black man for over 35 years, so I kind of know what I'm talking about here. For the people who might deny or disagree with what I'm saying, that's fine. As a black man, I've always been treated like I was a second-class citizen or a little child. And people treat black men that way because they think we're useless. They think that we don't know how to make decisions for ourselves. And a lot of that is on us. We don't stand up for ourselves. We don't stand up for ourselves in the corporate world. We don't stand up for ourselves enough amongst our families, our social groups. We don't stand up enough against other people when they try to disrespect us. And so people, like, they treat you how you accept being treated. And so when I see Magic Johnson get up in front of a bunch of people at some college or some high school he was speaking at, or when I see people argue with people on the internet, and when black men say they're going to vote for Donald Trump or anyone in the Republican Party, people get up in arms and they get upset. I start to see that it's the fact that people think black men are supposed to be these puppets that don't know what's best for themselves. They're these little boys just running around with chickens with their heads cut off, and they don't know how to make their own decisions, and they treat us like that. When it comes to Kamala Harris, another thing I see is we're almost being forced to vote for her. Now, I believe that you have the power, no matter what race, color, creed, gender, sex, whatever you are, you have the freedom to vote for whoever you want to vote for. But when I see people that look like me literally get bullied for what their choice is, I don't like that. And I don't know why that is. See, the funny thing is, it's not until a presidential election comes when black men are now called to the front of the congregation and asked to do something. In my observation, for years, we've been told we ain't SHIT, we're no good bumbling idiots, we're pookies, we're ray-rays, we're trash, we're no good baby fathers, all we do is run around and want to essay everybody, all we do is run around and, commit crime, and we're responsible for all the crime in America or the majority of the crime, and everyone just disrespects us. But it's not till there's a Democratic candidate in office that's running, and then all of a sudden, now we're called to the table. Now it's black men. You better jump on board with us. No. It don't work like that. See, with me, you're not going to disrespect me. That's one thing I will never tolerate from anybody. Okay? I have the right to make my own decisions. I have the right to speak my mind. I have the same amendments everyone else has in America. And so if I want to make decisions based on the decisions I choose, I have the right to do that. I am not going to be bullied into a decision. I am not going to be disrespected into a decision. You are not going to shame me. And what I see is a lot of brothers are getting shamed. I see a lot of brothers in relationships that full on want to support Donald Trump, full on want to support the conservative and Republican Party because you're probably aligned on a lot of the values, right? The Democratic Party, they can't even tell you what a man or a woman is, but that's another conversation for a whole nother day, and I'm not going to address that on my first episode of the Soundscape Experience. We're not going there. However, what I don't like is when people try to treat us, black men, like we're these utilities. We're secondhand citizens, but then when you need us, all of a sudden, you better support or you ain't black. One day we're bumbling idiot Pookie Ray Rays that commit all the crime, and the next day you want us filling up the voting booths. And see, this is a problem I have too. I have a problem with baby boomer black men, because I believe you guys are leading us down the slaughterhouse. At the end of the day, man, I was born in the 80s. This is a new generation, okay? We are not like you guys. You guys have paved the way for us to have a lot of opportunity, but we don't have the same kind of feelings you have when it comes to Democratic Party. We kind of don't follow what people tell us to do. The generation that I was born in, I'm a millennial, and then the generation after me, we're kind of in a new era where we have been raised under the digital age to some level, and we have the right to make our decisions, and we're changing our courses. And a lot of that, you're not going to agree with. And it bothers me when I see like baby boomer black men trying to force younger black men to doing what they believe is necessary. My man, let me tell you something. We are not like y'all, okay? I am not like my father's generation. I'm in the digital age. I live with artificial intelligence now. I was raised in the 90s. I saw the internet come when I was in elementary school. I have learned history. I've studied this country. I've studied a lot. I've done a lot. And I see things a lot different. But what I'm seeing from older black men is y'all are kind of bullying us too. Just because you believe that your wife is the CEO of your house doesn't mean I believe mine is the CEO of my house. I'm not married, but it's just an example. See, you guys, the reason why you're okay with Kamala leading you is because you're used to being led in your home. A lot of y'all are not true leaders. And I'm not trying to disparage anyone, and I mean no disrespect, but it's just something I noticed. I think you guys are trying to overcorrect a problem that has nothing to do with me. Because when I talk to a lot of boomer black men, they say, well, I saw what my dad did, and I don't want to be that guy. Which, that's totally fair, but guess what, brother? That has nothing to do with me. Your dad was most likely my grandfather or my grandfather's age. So I think what you're trying to do is overcorrect a problem that really doesn't exist anymore. And I think that's what America is trying to do in general. If I'm one day blessed to be a husband, which I will be the CEO of the house. I will be El Presidente. I will be the El Capitan. Now, do people in my household, and will they have decisions that they can make? Yes, I will hear them out. Will there be things I will compromise on? Absolutely. But everyone around me, all the women in my life, my family, everyone around me knows that I make my own decisions and I'm the man in my house. No one's going to run me. You're not going to bully me. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to talk me into believing in something I don't believe in. And as it stands today, regardless of gender, race, ethnicity, color, creed, I don't believe that the people running the Democratic Party are a fit for America right now. Now, I can create a whole nother episode on a whole nother day, but from what I'm seeing, these people are not a fit to lead the country. The vice president, Tim Walz, is not fit to be the vice president. I don't believe President Kamala Harris is fit to be the United States president. I don't think she's ready to command and control the most powerful military in the world. mostly the most powerful military the world's ever seen. I don't think she's ready to be the commander-in-chief of that. When I see her speak, I don't see conviction. I don't see somebody who has the full confidence to run this country. I see someone who doesn't know what they're doing. I see someone who was thrust into a position. I see someone for the past 3 years was quiet as a church mouse, and now all of a sudden, you're running for president. You got all these things to say. I seen somebody who, while she has a lot of accomplishments, she has a lot of failures. And not to say Donald Trump is perfect, because he's far from perfect. Trust me, that man ain't perfect at all. However, he's more fit to run the country. You know why? Because he's done it already. That's why. So for people who don't believe that he can be president, he was president. And he did a great job. And we're all still alive. If you're listening to this and you lived through his presidency, you're alive. You're healthy, hopefully, but you're still here. And everything is fine. See, if I was flying in an airplane and there was 2 different pilots, and there was one pilot who never flew a commercial airliner, and there was a pilot that has flown a commercial airliner, and in fact, they've flown a commercial airliner for the last 4 years, who do you think you would choose to fly you 40,000 feet in the air? I think you're going to go with the person that has the experience. So I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but the point is, I am really sick of the disrespect that people show black men, and I never thought I would see it come from a president. More or less, I never thought I would see it come from a president who looks like me. Kamala Harris and Barack Obama, regardless of what their mixed ethnicities are, they could be my aunt and uncle. They look like people in my family. At the end of the day, they do have black blood in their bodies. So when I see them talk down to us, or when I see them try to force their ways and their policies and stuff on us, and they kind of treat us like we don't have the power to make our own decisions, I kind of don't like that. And at this point, I'm going to make decisions based on my faith, my belief, things I want to see in my future. And that's going to be that. So, no more disrespect. Hey, Mr. President, don't ever disrespect us again, respectfully. All right? Madam Vice President Kamala, do your thing, run for office, and I hope that you're healthy, well, and you have a lot of success. But you have to earn our vote. And I don't think you have it on a grand scale. And for all the black men out there who are listening to me, who look like me, my brothers, stand up for yourself, okay? Stop being so easily amenable and bendable. Stand on business. Stand your ground and have faith in yourself, because I have faith in you. Speaking of faith, I want to play my next song. This song it can be considered gospel because I'm talking about Jesus in it, but it's hip hop. It's called November 25th in Florida, and I love this song. It's the Soundscape Experience. Previously on November 25th. Hard to believe I made it here on my back to the fence. They tried to stop me, stones in my boots till my feet was indents. Blood spilling, no violence, just mental defeats. The whole time they want to send my body off back to the streets. Publicly lynched, neck tied, pouring blood on the leaves. Never found love, lone wolf, can't show that I'm weak. This is all just a test, just to see how much I would give. Calling on Jesus, praise his name to the top of the hills. Blueprints of the plan, purchase my house on the hills. Morals intact, soul is clean, God with me still. Never slipping on my back, no lack, that 9 with me still.
praying for peace as I walk through life in a dream. Getting this cream mixed with the cake, all pressed at the seams. I'm a disaster, a conundrum, knowing Christ is king, knowing his light is the beam. Full knowledge of who he is, I know it's not what it seems. I am stuck in between these two worlds, one with the flesh and the other is with the lamb. Living in days of the damn, devilish ways of the man. I'm staying close to the Lord, tighten the grip on my sword. I put my face to the clouds, dreads draped over my brow. I am one with the sun, I am one with the earth, I am one with the moon. Wrapped inside a cocoon, a concrete raised rose, just in time for my bloom. The only hope is that I'm good when it's time to relive. Hope that my works were fair and it shows through the things that I did. The only hurdle that I have is I can't be blind to the fact I watched my people get slain. I saw them under attack, I saw them hanging from trees, I saw them whipped in the back. I saw when Dylan Roof walked in that church and took all those lives. Oh, the tears that we cried, the pain that we felt inside. And I know the vengeance is his, but if I'm honest with you, I know it's because of that I cannot forgive. But I'm still flowing, still growing and taking over. As slick as a king cobra, flow colder than Nova Scotia. I'm the gap on the bridge that you just ain't jumping over. Take the top up off the lid to see if the water's flowing over. Oh, and just so you know, I'm way above them like a plane. I am not a fan of you, I don't worship idle things. And even though I whip a Benz, God is where I zoom my lens. He is Lord over me and them. I sing this to the end of days like a hymn, cause he's him. Yes. Amen.
Yes, yes, yes. That was my song, November 25th in Florida. And man, do I love that track. I actually wrote that in a very, very dark place I was in. And I was stressed out at some job I was working at, which that's one other conversation for a whole another day too. But anyway, welcome back. I hope you didn't touch that dial. I hope you're still with me. It's the Soundscape Experience, hosted by me, your man with a plan, 100 grand. What I want to get into for another half is the future is getting kind of scary. All right. Now, I don't know why things are turning into what they are, but one day, I think it was maybe Saturday or Sunday, I'm walking through the daggone mall, right? And then I go in a Tesla store and tell me what I see. You guessed it. I see this big, giant robot just standing there. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why do I see a robot? I mean, Jesus. A freaking robot. So anyway, I don't know. Maybe I have my tinfoil hat on, but I've always been some sort of a conspiracy theorist. And I think once the world, like I've always watched Terminator. I love Terminator. One of my favorite movies of all time is Terminator. Sorry for hearing that beep in the background. One of my favorite movies is Terminator, and once I see like Skynet, esque things, robots, and things that can change the course of the world, and all that stuff come to fruition, I don't know if I'm real comfortable with that. I really like what Elon Musk does. I like what he's doing as far as innovation with the cars and launching rocket ships, but even launching all those rocket ships like that, it's kind of crazy. Just being able to just put stuff in the sky like that. But I gotta be objective. But when I start seeing robots on the ground and stuff like that scares me. Also, with the amount of artificial intelligence we now use is completely insane. Like, everyone is starting to catch up to ChatGPT and how great it is, and it's to a point where like people are doing their work on it, people are building websites on it, people are taking tests on it, people are having it do their book reports and write books for them. And I was having this conversation with someone I know, and I said if I would have told you 7 years ago that you'd be able to talk to a machine like ChatGPT and it would talk back to you, you would say that's not real and you would be scared. And you fast forward to 2024 and people use that thing every day. Like, I know people in my personal life and at work and everywhere I'm at that legit use that for everything. And like, artificial intelligence, it's a scary thing. Like, when I first saw it, I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, wow, you can kind of put this thing, you can give this system these prompts, and then it can do work for you. It can kind of answer questions. But it's not cool anymore. Because number one, that thing is working hella fast. Number two, what it's going to do is it's going to make you a little dumber. What it's going to do is you're going to rely on it. That's what I've seen. And once you start relying on machines, the world becomes a very scary place, because what the machines do is they're getting smarter. They're bringing in the data you're giving them. They're learning. They're responding faster. A lot of what we're giving them, they kind of seen it before. And this is what makes it really scary. It's getting smarter. And the difference between robots, the difference between artificial intelligence and you is that you have emotion. You are human. You get sick. You bleed. You age. You're going to get older. You're going to get slower. Your brain slows down. You're not perfect. The thing with AI is perfect. AI will never get sick. AI will never be, slow. It's going to go just as fast as you want it to go. And it's going to get faster because the more information you feed it and the more data you give it, the smarter it gets. I don't know if that's something you want. I'm not sure if that's something you want to do. And so I would be very mindful of kind of where this goes. I mean, I think we're kind of too far gone. Once I start seeing robots in the Tesla dealership and I'm seeing like people walking around and shaking their hands and people are really into this stuff, the future is getting kind of crazy. And I don't know if I'm comfortable with that, but hey, what can I do, right? I'm here. Another thing is I'm afraid about the future of America. So let me walk that back a little bit, because I don't want to use wrong semantics here. I don't have legit like fear, like, oh, I'm so scared, shaking in my boots. It's more like concern and worry. The future in America does not look bright. And I think it doesn't look bright because we have had so much comfort for so long that we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot, figuratively speaking. Because we have so much of an overabundance of food, we're getting fatter. Because we have so much of an overabundance of energy and fuel and things like that, we're building bigger trucks, faster cars. Because we have so much of an overabundance of just life in general and so much freedom, people are starting to question their own sanity. You can't, in America, we don't even know, like there's a legit thing where you can't even tell somebody what a woman is. When someone says, what's a woman? I think I hear, well, a woman is a human adult female. Shout out to, I forget the guy's name. He's a content creator. It's probably good. I'm forgetting his name because I don't want to give anyone promo. Oh, Matt Walsh. I don't care. Matt Walsh, that's his name. Shout out to him. But when I listen to these podcasts and I go on YouTube and even on live TV and someone says, hey, what's a woman? And people say, well, a woman is anyone who identifies as a woman. That doesn't make sense, because then what's a man? Anyone who identifies as a man? Like, I never thought the world would be in this situation, America specifically. I never thought we would be in a situation where we're questioning what this person is versus that person. I never thought we'd be in a situation where we're like literally losing our minds in real time. And I think it's because, America, this is the most peaceful and safest country on earth. Like, there's bad things that happen, but compared to every other part of the world, America is just great. It's the land of milk and honey, man. There's nothing that really happens here that's like catastrophic, minus a few hurricanes and like natural disasters, and 9/11, of course, was pretty bad. But, we haven't had a war in a long time. We're kind of over civilized. There's too much abundance. And I see like people are getting softer, people are just not as sharp. There's not a lot of motivation. Like, I just hate to say this, but I have a microphone and I guess I got to tell the truth. I go places and I go inside coffee shops and I go inside, fast food restaurants, and I go inside airports, and the level of incompetence I'm seeing from people is just insane. It's like they don't want to be there. No one wants to work, but everyone wants to be rich. And I can be a little guilty of that, I think. Well, I'm a very, very hard worker. I write books and all that stuff. But am I taking part of this digital age? Am I speaking on a microphone right now? Objectively, yes, I am. But I'm not relying on this for my income. It's just something I want to do. It's something I'm passionate about. But it's like no one wants to work. Everyone wants to be a celebrity. Everyone wants to be a content creator. Everyone just wants to have fun. And I think it's just we're just over civilized and we're just over spoiled. And at some point, it's going to come back and bite us. Even with all the freedoms that we have, and I think it's beautiful, there's got to be some discipline and there's got to be some air of, civility, but there has to be some sort of boundaries. We have to be able to define what a woman or a man is. This isn't just about who you prefer to love and who you prefer to, be with romantically and sexually and whatever you want to do with your life. But if we can't even define what our innate and natural human makeup is, where is our society going to go? How can we live in a place where we can see someone who was born a male and say, well, I don't know if that's truly a man, but he has all the parts of a man. He has everything that God or the creator or whatever you believe in would have gave him. He has extra, testosterone in his body, stronger bone density, a stronger grip. How can we not say that? It's just... It's just ironic. I just never thought I would be living in this time. So now we got robots. Now we have AI being built in our phones, and we can use, artificial intelligence on a computer, and we don't know what people are anymore. And, it's just so many protests and marches, and everyone wants to be heard, and everyone wants to be victims. It's just becoming a bit much. And when I sit back and look from when I was born in the 80s, and I've seen the world kind of change over a few times, I have never seen where it's at now. I don't know what this is, and I don't know how to fix it. So hopefully, I don't know if this is going to change, but hopefully some people start to stand up a little bit. Hopefully some people try to turn the tides, because we're living in a very dangerous situation where it's getting to the point where it's looking like things are getting out of hand. Things are moving too fast for our own good. We're training the next generation to be overly entitled, overspoiled. Everything is moving so fast. We don't know where to go. We don't want to make money. I just don't know where we're going to go, and I don't know what direction we're heading in. So yeah. Anyway, that's the show. I know this might have been a short one for some and a long one for others, but I appreciate you listening. I want you to be happy. I want you to be healthy. I want you to tune into my channel. Is going to be back up. It's not going to be what you probably saw before. I'm going to take some time and kind of focus on just delivering this type of content. If you guys would like, the Sailing Sales Show will be back, but the Sailing Sales Show, it takes a lot of time and effort, and I'm in another part of the country right now, so I'm actually not at that studio. And I don't want to give you guys a low-key bad product. So when I'm able to get back in the studio, I'll deliver that. But yes, I will cover corporate America topics. And I hope to do more of this. So it's your man with a plan 100 grand signing out. It's the Soundscape Experience. It's been a pleasure to speak to you. It's been a pleasure hosting you. And I hope to see you again. Have a good day. Have a good night.